Everyone. Have to get ready. I got ready, as you can see. Yes, I'm all ready to go to the store. I was hoping I didn't have to. But the friend that came to visit of my daughter here, she has to leave earlier than expected and can't go. So I said, I'll go with you. And she's like, oh, great, Mom. Anyway, it'll be fun. Yesterday we went to this place. So it's called Bifita, something like that. And it's a place online where people go and bid on stuff, return things or this or that. I'm not sure where all the stuff comes from, but you go in and there's some really good stuff that's high dollar, and you get it for a few dollars or whatever, depending on if you stick with it to bid on it. And my son-in-law is a big, really likes this. He just got a butcher block that's pretty darn big, looks perfect to me. Really well, really good quality. It's in raw form, so it needs to be still sealed and all that, but it's brand new. And instead of it was like $180 something new, he got it for $40. It looks amazing and fits perfect where they want it. This and that. But there's other things as well. This is one place where I got that little uh, baby carriage for my younger granddaughter, who's very much into babies right now. This and that, and it's a beautiful little pram. And it was he got it for less than $10, and it's like I don't know $40 purchase otherwise. And it had a rod missing, and I think I talked about that in another video. And he made a perfect rod for it for the wheels. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect, exactly with the little nods where then the wheels, pop in. And I was amazed that he knew how to do that. Anyway, so we went to this. So he got a few things, and then we went, and we had to drive about an hour away to get it. There's different locations. There's one right here in Georgetown, which I've been to as well. And every time you go, you're going, wow, this is just great. So people all bid on this, and then they come here and they get their stuff. Anyway, it's like, for as I said, really, really inexpensive. If you stick with, right? Yes. So yesterday, the place that we went to is huge. It's huge. And it had, I'm looking, I'm going, oh, that's cute. Oh, what is that? Oh, not everything is in cardboard boxes. So some of the things that you would see. Anyway, and so we went and we got all that stuff, and you're just in there, and it's like the bug hits you. You can tell. It's like, good thing I don't have any money. Yeah, but they do. And my daughters, I told my son-in-law to get that little pram. I said $3, no more, and he got it. I think it was like $7, and I said you went way over than what I would have wanted to pay for. And my daughter says, it doesn't matter, Mom. Whatever you want, he's gonna get it for you. That's just so sweet, right? That's how they appreciate me here, taking care of the little one, because that okay, all right. Of course, I would never abuse that like that. In any case, so walked around in that place and I'm going, man, this is not a whole lot different than gambling. Yes, because some things are as is, some are good condition, and then stuff that's new. Right? So, and it tells you, but you don't know what's missing or what's not quite okay or this or that. Right? But everybody seems to be into it. Right? And it is a bit of a it's a and here is a trend, here's another trend of that, right, of something like this, and it is a bit like gambling. I have no doubt that many people are spending way too much money on things they don't need, but oh, I want to bid on it because that bidding thing. I've been to auctions, live auctions, plenty of them. It's fun. And you really have to sit there and going, I don't need that. I don't even know what's in that box. I'm not going to do it. Right? Yes? Or you have only so much money in your pocket. That's it. Yes. Okay. So again, someone had a great idea. You know what? I think it is too. And it's kind of exciting. And I went this morning and said, hey, let's have a look and see. Right? We found a couple of things. The one thing here is there's only one person on the site to do the bidding. This and that. That's my son-in-law, and nobody else has an account there. Neither my daughter. She doesn't want that, and I don't want it either. And so there is a little bit of damming in when it comes to just right. Yes. And I told my son-in-law, if I give you a price that I do not want to go over, I want you with something that I gave you to bid on, I want you to stick with that. Because either it is meant to be or it's not meant to be. Right? Yes. But it's gambling. It is a gambling. This is if someone thinks they don't have a gambling habit and they're on there constantly getting stuff, bidding on stuff, yep, you have a gambling problem. Just saying. Because it was kind of an hour and some away, and we had the baby with us, we went also for, I said, she says, let's go eat somewhere. Where should we go eat? I said, let's find a Korean place. We found one that was a sushi and Korean barbecue place kind of thing. Went in. It looked very simple, big but simple, and we ordered sushi. And okay, the it's not raw fish or anything, and and then we had as an appetizer we had some japchae. Oh, it was good. I have to say it was good. It's not as flavorful as mine, okay, but it was still good. And the sushi was there was I have there mine was a salmon, a honey salmon, salmon with honey or whatever. It was very very good. And then my daughter got one that had tempura around the sushi. It was absolutely delicious. I've never had that before. It was very, very, very good. So we left there, came home, and it got later. My oldest granddaughter was already home from school. We did a couple of other things, this and that, and then it was dinner time, and I thought, what to make for dinner? I didn't even think about it. I still had about a pound plus uh, of ground beef in the fridge. I knew we still had some tomatoes from last year that we grew here to make a sauce with. And I said to my oldest granddaughter, okay, you're going to help me cook. And she's like, okay, okay. For some reason, she loves making tomato sauce. I don't know why, but that seems to be one of her fortes. So here I'm cleaning the kitchen, doing the dishwasher thing, this and that, cleaning some other stuff up, and I just give her instructions. And she made the most amazing sauce, I have to say. I told her, said, now it's time to, we first sauteed the meat, then put that aside, and then did the sauce. And on how I like to do that is, I sauteed the onions, then I put the tomatoes in, and I had already cut them, so I froze them like that. And then once they are cooked a little bit and defrosted, then I put them in the blender, blend everything up so it's nice and fine. Yes, okay. So we had done that. So I said, and now it's time to season them, right? And she says, okay, I'm gonna pull out what I think I want to season them with, and then you have a look at it, Rosie. I said, good. She did. Well, looked good. She had 4 ingredients for that. I'm going, yeah, that looks very good. And she says, how much? So I gave her a little, uh, these little measuring spoons, and I said, one of these each. And she did. And then I said, now this is an acid. Tomatoes, especially they're frozen. They don't have very much taste, and because of the acidity, if we don't, we need to add a little something sweet to get rid of the bitterness, to get rid of the blandness, and really pull the spices out. And so I gave her a choice there, and she went with whatever choice. She wanted just regular sugar, put that in, and then let that cook up a little, put the meat in. And I said, okay, now it's time for you to taste it. And she did. She goes, oh my gosh, Gross, it tastes really good. I said, does it? Well, let me taste it. And it did. It was like, didn't need anything else. It was perfect. We made spaghetti with it and a salad, and that was our dinner. It went like this. I said, you see, honey, that's the fast food that we can cook at home. She's like, yeah, Gracie, that went really fast. I said, yes, because you're a great helper. And, of course, I'm a great teacher. Anywho, so that was kind of our day yesterday. It was wonderful. Loved it. Again, our motto this year in our family is teamwork makes the dream work. Yes? Okay. So, my Bible, I have another exciting thing to share. My Bible is fixed. Look at this. So, how did I do it? Without a whole lot of ado, money to spend. The only thing that was that literally that money was spent on here was a little bit of Gorilla Tape, which is great tape and long lasting and really sticks. And what's it called? The goop where you mix two different components together. Oh, come on now. What's it called? What's it called? I forgot. Anyway, that glue. Okay. So this is how I did it. I first positioned a piece back here to first I tried to, because they were so bent. This was so bent inward that the front here was, both pieces were just sticking out like in a bow. So I've straightened this out first with some pressure, yes, and it took about 2 or 3 weeks to do that, and then I got it to this point. You see that? Isn't that cool? And I took cardboard and covered that in a Gorilla Tape, and then put that here at the edge. It's on the inside. It's not here on the outside. It's on the inside. And then I took the whole thing apart. And then I took two more pieces and how did I do that now? And glued them. I forgot how I did that. Regardless, it's working. But I took two more pieces of cardboard and covered them in this beautiful paper. You see that? It's very strong paper. And then used Gorilla Glue again and tightened that all up. And then I put the outside on. See, kept the outside here. Fixed all that up as good as I could. Yes, it's a bit of a puzzle fix, isn't it? But it's working. And you know what? My feeling is that this Bible now, look at this. Nothing coming out anymore. It's all just fused in there perfectly. This is going to last, what, forever now? Yes. So, very proud of myself that I fixed my Bible. And I hope it'll last. Yes? Okay. All right. So let's get going here. Back in my Bible. And it's interesting. The Psalms and all look completely different. The words are bigger. Welcome back, my dearest Bible. I know, right? Things like that just excite me. I'm making already Christmas ornaments again. I know, right? I save all this stuff. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then once I have enough stuff saved up in a way, of course, I'll always add more to it. Then I start making things. So I have still a whole bunch of Chinese chestnuts, and they're great to eat. I love them. And I hulled some of them, and in the way that they hulled, they came kind of apart in perfect halves. I'm going, what could I make with those? I don't really want to throw those away, right? Just the outer shell of a chestnut. So, I'll show you what I did so far with them. I had this gold paint, spray paint, and I punched out some cardboard. There's always plenty of cardboard to be had, free. And made a little circle like this. And then, see the halves? I sprayed them. I had some gold paint left over from another project. And here, look, I'm making these little kind of like sunflower stars for the trees. Yes, as presents again for my children for their Christmas trees. Right? I don't know what I'm going to do with the inside yet, but here, see? And I've got about 12 of them going, and I'm just excited about it. I love stuff like that. I just love it. Handmade, reused, right? Yes. And I have no doubts that these will last for a long time if properly stored and taken care of, which means I should probably make some little boxes to store them in for each of my children. Yes, yes, okay. Okay, all right. So, yes, little stuff like this just excites me. I love it. I love being creative like that. Yes. Okay. All right. So we are in the book of Psalms 131, 132, and 133. I like how they're more spaced out here. Psalm 131, Song of Ascents. Childlike trust is the overhead on this one. Yahweh, my heart is not haughty. I do not set my sights too high. I have taken no part in great affairs, in wonders beyond my scope. No, I hold myself in quiet and silence, like a little child in its mother's arms. Like a little child, so I keep myself. Let Israel hope in Yahweh, henceforth and forever. Wow. This sounds so completely different from in this Bible. Now I already brought the other one over there. That's amazing. This is like a different translation. It feels totally different than from what I've read in the King James Bible. Well, let's keep on going. That's really beautiful. Yes, the little things, the simple life, the hold back when it comes to being pulled into greater things that might just need to be thought out a little more, or where one holds back because is it really necessary to get into something in such a great and grand scheme? Yes, and to keep that childlike trust. Goes right along with kind of what I said about fixing this Bible, the little reusing the where yeah. I think if one can find beauty and joy in small things, right, then one will honor the greater things, right? Honor and respect the more greater things. Always on the side of goodness, of course. All right, Psalm 132. For the anniversary of the transfer of the ark. Song of Ascents. Yahweh, remember David and all the hardships he endured, the oath he swore to Yahweh, his vow to the mighty one of Jacob. I wonder why they always call it the God of Jacob. Where's the unity there? Teamwork makes the dream work. I will not enter tent or house, will not climb into bed, will not allow myself to sleep, not even to close my eyes, till I have found a place for Yahweh, a dwelling for the mighty one of Jacob. Listen, we heard of it in Ephratah. We found it at Forest Fields. Let us go into his dwelling place and worship at his footstool. Go up, Yahweh, to your resting place, you and the ark of your strength. Your priests are robed in saving justice. Your faithful are shouting for joy for the sake of your servant David. Do not reject your anointed. Yahweh has... Why do they even think that he would be rejected? Because, again, it's a bit telling. Of course, did they really think that way? I do not know. Yahweh has sworn to David and will always remain true to his word. I promise that I will set a son of yours upon your throne. Oh, here it comes. If your sons observe my covenant and the instructions I have taught them, their sons too forevermore will occupy your throne. God never said that, but probably one of the prophets. And they come up with stuff, and then they make it sound like as if God said that. But it is what it is. Why would David even have to be told that? If he was so, okay. For Yahweh has chosen Zion, he has desired it as a home. Here shall I rest forevermore. Here shall I make my home as I have wished. I wonder why, I've talked about the churches and stuff, right? On how we kind of hide God away. We lock him away in churches, this and that. Right? Even in our heart, we lock him away. Right? And here, they're kind of doing the same thing. Oh, we're going to find a resting place for you. Yeah, you need a resting place. Mm-hmm. Right. For what exactly? Just asking. Right? Kind of, okay, that's the place. For what exactly? If you have any kind of understanding of the principles of creation and the principles of love, you can't lock God away. God's everywhere. As a father, as a mother, even as a child. As a husband, as a wife, as a sister, as a brother, in every plant, in every animal, in every mineral, on every mountain, and in the deepest depths of the oceans. Everywhere. How can you lock God away somewhere and say, oh, what's the purpose of that exactly? A designated place for God. How does that make sense? I'm just asking, because it doesn't make sense to me. Yes? We are the ones who need to find our place here, right? Yes? Yeah. Okay. I shall generously bless her produce, give her needy, again, this is supposedly God talking, give her needy their fill of food, I shall clothe her priests with salvation, and her faithful will sing aloud for joy. There I shall raise up a line of descendants for David, light a lamp for my anointed. I shall clothe his enemies with shame, while his own crown shall flourish. Okay, great. All right. Tells us everything we need to know about all that. Psalm 133, Brotherly Love, Song of Ascents. Ooh, I like the overtitles on these. How good. It gives us a little bit of a direction, right? Yes? Obviously, the one before was about moving the Ark of the Covenant. How good, how delightful it is to live as brothers all together. It is like a fine oil on the head, running down the beard, running down Aaron's beard onto the color of his robes. It is like the dew of Hermon falling on the heights of Zion, for there Yahweh bestows his blessing, everlasting life. Alrighty, I guess some would know what that brotherly love is. I have no idea what this means. None at all. Okay, I'll let the guys work that one out. I do know that the reason Aaron played such a great role in the Exodus is because Moses was so shy, supposedly. But I wonder too if, due to the fact that Moses also fled Egypt, that maybe he needed to stay a little undercover, hidden away. So Aaron was the one out in front. I don't know. I have no idea. But interesting that Aaron is mentioned. Yes. I think that in many ways, even though the people did look to Aaron, the one that was maybe more verbal, more involved with the people, more accepted by the people because of what? Well, Moses spent most of his life being what? An Egyptian. Yes? Okay. So, which makes it interesting. Again, it's interesting to me on how so quickly the Israelites fell back on other gods, on idols like the golden calf, while Moses is on top of the mountain getting the 10 Commandments. Right? Yes? Well, what was Aaron doing? doing? Was Aaron up there on the mountain with Moses? Could have been, but then what? They don't leave anybody that is capable in charge of all these people who are already unhappy, regardless. Right? Yes? So, what exactly happened there? And did Aaron understand fully on what was going on actually? Right? Okay, nobody likes a riot. Nobody likes a public uprising, right? Yes? Yeah? And maybe that was the only way to keep the people satisfied and, okay, let's just wait a little longer. We're going to get there. I know you're hungry and thirsty, but, I don't know. But then how did they even manage to make a golden calf? Man, that must have taken time and a lot of what? Gold? Okay, just saying. Right? Interesting. These stories are interesting. And then in the Psalms somehow, what are they exactly about? When I read these Psalms, after I make the video, I think about them as well. It's almost as if the Psalms are almost a little bit of a history book. Yes? Telling us, I find, if I want to go by that, there's a lot in there that tells us a bit more about on how the people felt, thought, wrote things down, their expectations of God themselves, everybody around them, yes, and on how things may have gone, good, bad, and how their faith developed as well. It's almost a little like story time. Yes, again, as I said in the last one, 133 here, right? 131, 132. I know the oil running down in the beard and this and that. What? What is that? What was that all about? Oh, some ceremonies. Really? Okay, I don't know. Do they still do that today? I don't know. But it's interesting that Aaron is mentioned. Now suddenly Aaron is mentioned. David before, now Aaron. Well, okay. So, a little bit of a history lesson there, right? In a way. Anywho, that's what I wanted to share today. I have to get ready, go to the store, yes, and we're going to make taco salad tonight. Yes. My granddaughter loves taco salad. Everybody seems to be loving taco salad, so that's what we're going to do. Simple again, yes, but very satisfying, delicious. Who doesn't love some good Mexican food? Yes? Yeah. We make it our way, right? Why not? That tempura sushi was just amazing. Kimbap. Very good food. Good prices, too. All right. I'm thinking about food. Must be hungry, right? Yes. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you and guide you and embrace you with love. And I will talk to you all another time.